Bryant's jockstrap. Get him out of here.
How does that not indicate to you, like, hey, sometimes, like, these prospects are awesome?
Donald, get back. They snatched that chain, boy. Get back. What's all going to do about it? Popeye snatched that chain. Get back. We want that snack wrap. They got 3 flavors. Y'all got 1. Get back.
Hey, everybody. Welcome into the Big Factor here on the Big Play Sports. I'm not doing this.
Death March French!
Let's go, baby.
Woo!
Let's go.
Ryan can't believe that he's spending a year of his professional career in sports talking about 4 quarterbacks that might not matter at all.
I mean, what are we doing?
Let's go.
What are we doing?
Let's go. Come on.
No.
Let's get right into it, bro. Let's get right into it. You know why we're here.
Hey,
you know why
everybody.
we're here.
Welcome to the Big Factor. Ryan, Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Bedone, Rob Watson. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Yeah. I mean, guys, like, can we pull it not, though?
I do have one very quick before we get to Arch. From today, Nick, Luke over here will appreciate it as well. There was a guy just walking around Burke just straight up in his boxers. like the guy's just objectively walking around the lobby like in his
No
boxers.
pants on.
Peeked his head into the studio. I think you might not notice when you're probably editing hard at work, but yeah, it's just one of those things where like wherever you're at in life, you know, everyone has their ups and downs, their highs and lows, their goods, their bads, right? We all do. But then you remember like, hey, at least I'm not the boxers guy at the airport.
Yeah, at least I'm not walking around a private airport half naked.
Oh, Lord. All right, guys.
We're in a simulation.
Ryan,
That's the one thing
Ryan,
that's for sure.
Ryan.
Definitely a simulation.
Ryan, he straight up did not have pants on.
No, it wasn't even like you could be like, oh, maybe they were like short shorts or like comfy PJ shorts. Like there was like a thin layer of something protecting us from that man. Like not good. Not to each their own.
It's hot outside.
It is hot outside. It ain't that hot outside. It ain't that hot outside.
Please take that jersey
Not
off.
taking it off. Not until we're done. Not until we're off the segment, bro.
All right, let's dive right into it, I suppose. Yesterday, Colin Cowherd on his show, The Herd with Colin Cowherd, basically went on a little, which he called not a conspiracy, about 6 times, linking Jimmy Haslam to the Manning families. Obviously, they're big boosters of Tennessee's football program. No surprise there. Big relationships with the Manning family. Jimmy Sexton as well, who is Nick Saban's agent. I don't even know why we're talking about Arch Manning, but I don't even know why the hell even more we're talking about Nick Saban, guys.
I don't have a Nick Saban jersey on right now.
First of all, can we just start with the fact that 1, we just drafted 2 quarterbacks. I don't care what round they were in. And then 2, Kevin Stefanski, why are we just shipping him off? And first of all, why are we talking about Nick Saban as if 1, we know he wants to coach, and 2, he would come to Cleveland of all places because he's been here before?
I mean, I'm a massive Kevin Stefanski guy, Ryan, and he has 2 Coach of the Year awards. But at a certain point, like this team is a very tough 8 games to start off this year. If this team starts off in like an 0-5 or a 1-7 or a 2-6 type position, which I think we all can admit is very possible. Like I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility at all. I don't know. He might be like 15 games under 500 at least as the Browns head coach, and they're at a certain point. Even if a couple of years got thrown to the wayside because of Deshaun Watson, like they can't just run him out there forever. As much as I love Kevin Stefanski, and at that point you're looking for a new head coach. Maybe Nick Saban does want to go somewhere he's been before and he's comfy.
So our plan is
he never sold his house in Westlake.
So our plan is to blow everything up, start a new regime, and draft a quarterback who we don't even know is going to be in the draft.
For Ryan's, there's much to blow up right now.
For Ryan's to play
true.
devil's advocate for Ryan, in this clip, Colin Cowherd says that it's not a conspiracy like 4 or 5 times. And if you're saying that 4 or 5 times in a 2-minute clip, okay, it is kind of a conspiracy. However,
not all conspiracies are bad.
And if you only win, like, the Browns are in a very peculiar spot here because you're taking this season, it's kind of throw crap at the wall and see what sticks. If nothing sticks and you only win 3 games again, then you probably are looking at blowing whatever this team is up. You're probably looking at hiring a new head coach, going in a different direction with the GM. You're looking at the NFL draft to find your quarterback of the future. I mean, the one thing from Big Play Sports Network that stuck with me all throughout the week was Dan Dan Labbe on Big Play Cleveland, beat reporter for the Cleveland Browns, saying that neither Dylan Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders are probably going to get the opportunity to give the Browns an emphatic yes that they are the guy moving into 2026. We're probably talking about drafting a quarterback next April anyway. Rob, the floor is yours.
Come on now.
Here's the thing with that, though. You talk about, and Dan Labbe said that on the Big Play Cleveland show, but here's the thing. I'm expecting, and God, I hope I get at least 4 or 5 games of Shedeur Sanders. And then you talk about them not giving, that's up to Shedeur Sanders then. As soon as he's given the opportunity to step on that field and go under center, that's his opportunity to either prove that he is the guy or not. I know it's not a big sample size.
Right. I don't think they're going to. Yeah, it's not enough. It's not enough.
It's not enough.
Even
if solid left.
Even if he balls out in 4 games, they're drafting one anyway.
So,
and they were saying, he said in the thing, it would be Saban coming around for the elite QB. Who's the elite QB? I mean, hey,
so yeah,
I
gotta guess.
Who wouldn't come out for Arch, man? Let's start it up.
So we're identifying the main issue for the Cleveland Browns is a quarterback. Okay. So we go next year, get Arch Manning. Then we're going to can the guy who's made it work with every single quarterback that's come here minus Deshaun Watson and maybe DTR.
This is saying
and DTR can't play football.
Goes bad. How are we going to get Arch if the season doesn't go bad? It goes hand in hand.
That's what I'm saying. But why are we going to can the guy who makes it work with every quarterback? You're going to get an elite.
But at a certain point, you can't just be like 22 and 49 even if he has 2 coach of the years.
Jimmy Haslam can do whatever he wants. He owns the team.
Baker
That's
left
the thing.
because he was playing bad. Though it was injury, Deshaun didn't work out.
Baker, yeah, we went to the playoffs with Baker with Kevin Stefanski.
No, but then we got rid of him because it wasn't working out. True or false?
They didn't view him as a franchise quarterback.
Kevin Stefanski right now is a 40 wins and 44 loss head coach. Another 3-win season.
Going
up,
down, up, down,
you're in
up,
trouble.
down. We need consistency.
That's fine. If you want to cast away one of the only good things I think you have in Berea right now, then do it.
I do think Kevin Stefanski's a good coach. However, I know that there are a lot of people out there that have question marks about him, and we're going into year 6 of this guy, and you don't really know how good of a coach he is. And I think we can continue to prop up the fact that he made it work with Jacoby Brissett and PJ Walker and really a cast of send-offs.
Here, let me ask you this. Kevin Stefanski gets fired. Does he immediately get a head coaching job next year?
Yes. I don't think anyone's saying that he's a bad coach.
If he only wins the
reasoning for him leaving Cleveland is not him being a bad coach, I don't think.
Back-to-back 3-win seasons. You might sit on the.
You might go to like Detroit. You might cook out there. It might work out, but it's all right.
You could sit at. You could do the consultant thing too, so you could kind of double dip. You could continue to take
happen right away
Jimmy's money while
we
also,
had to wait a little bit.
Yeah, consultant.
All right. Best coach we've had since 1999, but.
It's not saying
let's cast him away. Let's bring in Nick Saban, who hasn't coached at the NFL level in how long, and let's talk about drafting a kid who might not even be in the draft and who we don't even know is going to be good.
The
chosen one.
How many times have I heard chosen?
Nick, you said they're going to call the Dome the Arch.
How's Trevor Lawrence doing right now? He was the chosen one.
I take Trevor Lawrence right now.
Peyton Manning did pretty damn well.
I take him.
They got similar genes.
I know Manning's hitting at a high clip, man.
Who did Eli beat in the Super Bowl?
Tom Brady.
It's like I beat him twice.
I take it right now. I don't know.
How could you not just love the Manning family too? Like it's like American, like it's America's first class football family.
How could it not work?
It's the one thing we probably couldn't knock up. In fairness,
it's day 2 of training camp, and we're talking about
it's like Zeus's blood.
It's day 2 of training camp, and we're talking about drafting a quarterback next year.
Yeah.
Already. Who's to say, 1, Arch comes out? Who's to say, 2, he'll not try to sit out and not let Cleveland draft him?
Because the Mannings and the Haslams are boys.
Guess what? Guess what?
They get along.
He said, Haslam, you're my boy. I don't give a fuck. I'm not letting my grandson, whatever the hell he is, to.
That's the opposite of the report.
Why would he not want to throw to Jerry Jeudy and David Njoku?
And Cedric Tillman.
Why would he not want to come to a place that hasn't had a quarterback develop since?
Because he's going to be the guy. He'll be a god here. Why not come do it?
If you turn Cleveland around, it's like forever glory.
If Shedeur Sanders was drafted number 2.
The Colts were like this great team when Peyton Manning got there.
He was taken in the 5th round.
Ryan, here's what I hate about this conversation is that Ryan does have a point because Ryan's, using logic and reason like most normal NFL teams would.
But that's not.
We don't do that. We don't do that.
Check that at the door.
We mess everything
up.
What
we do here.
The fact that could you guys just think about for a second, right? The fact that training camp opened up yesterday and we have this report come out, like Colin Cowherd said this as a report.
He
This
also
wasn't
here's the thing
speculation,
too.
This wasn't a rumor.
He needs something to talk about.
He said it as a report that Jimmy Haslam on the first day of training camp
It's not just one guy anymore.
is looking at Arch Manning as a real, true possibility before the season has even started,
Why would he
before
say
they've
that?
even put on pads.
And why would he say that? Why would he say that? Because you know why? Arch Manning in the dome, in the new Brown
Arch,
helmet,
in the
is
Arch.
taking the Browns to the Super Bowl.
Of course, he's gonna fluff up Arch Manning. They're friends, and yes, you fluff up the situation. So if it happens, you need to go draft a quarterback round 1. You do it. But again, what if he doesn't go to the draft?
Quite possible.
Then you wait and do it a year after.
I'll put
Then
the
you get
jersey
then you can
together.
get your look at
Is the
Shador and
jersey
Dylan
going
Gabriel.
anywhere? I could DH gate one.
Yeah.
I'll have time to get one off DH gate by then. Then we'll have then we
It'll
could-
actually
then we
get
could-
here, yeah, if you
then
get
we
2
could get
years.
another first round pick, really tanking. We could get Arch and Jeremiah Smith year after.
Oh,
Tanking in the NFL does not really work, dude.
Let's get it, man. Let's get it.
Tanking
for the
in
Lions.
NFL does
Yeah.
not really work.
Trust the process, man.
No, I'm not trusting
Trust
the process.
Trust the process.
I think the issue is,
I
and,
said a
and
loss for words.
maybe Cowherd was hip to it. Maybe Browns ownership is hip to it. I think the problem is that right now we've spent a ton of time over these last couple of months debating, fighting over these 4 quarterbacks that the Browns have right now, and there's a decent shot that none of them really are the answer.
It's more than a decent shot.
Yeah,
bro.
especially
It's more
just
than a
because
decent
like you
shot.
look at this season and you try to understand how any of these guys can prove to the Browns that they can be the guy, and it just seems so unlikely. Like it seems like Dylan Gabriel is going to get the first opportunity. You know, you don't want to read into the first day of training camp, but he was ahead of Shador Sanders again. It was the same story as minicamp. We all know the limitations there. By the time Shador, who we're all still excited about, has the opportunity to get on the field, you're probably dealing with a lost season anyhow, where there's going to be people out there that want to tank games and throw it away for Arch Manning. And I feel like one of those guys right up here in Rob Watson, who's already got the jersey made. Like I just,
You know why?
I see the writing on the wall for this season that it just, they're not taking it as seriously as you want them
Because
to
we
take
held it
Ryan.
together, but when you dropped to, there were the seasons where it was down, where we won 8, where I think one of them was another kind of, we were up there, middle of the pack, didn't really get it done. But when you drop that far to 3 wins, I realized, and that's why everyone was so sad, is because you know it's not going to be something we're just going to be back where you got to put a plan together 1, 2, 3 years to get back to where you want to be. That's what happens when we failed so badly the way that we did. We're behind the 8 ball. It is what it is.
It is
this is what it is.
It
man.
is the carnage right now. And like seriously, the fact that we have 4 quarterbacks, we don't know who's starting week 1, and we're somehow having a conversation about Arch Manning, who we don't even know is coming out of the NFL draft, who we don't even know would want to be in Cleveland. It just goes to show the carnage of the Deshaun Watson trade. It just goes to show how big of a massive setback that this was to the organization. And I know you've got your people out there who got the spreadsheets and the numbers, and they say, oh, well, the cap space isn't actually that bad because Andrew Berry restructured the deal and this and that, and you carry the 1. No, this is the reality. You have to have these 3rd round and 5th round rookie quarterbacks battling it out with Kenny Pickett, who's on a $4 million deal, and Joe Flacco, who's on a $4 million deal, because you're paying a guy $230 million to stay as far away from the team as humanly possible. That's just the reality of the situation.
Got a feeling it's going to be a long NFL season. All right,
we
let's
take
take
a
our
break,
first
though.
break. When we get back, we'll give our thoughts. Browns release new helmets. A fake fall? Seems that way. We'll talk about it when we get back on the Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Big Fact here on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan, Tyler, Jack Rourke, Nick Pinot, Rob Watson, and our great friends over at Fairway Ford. Fairway Ford, Ohio is the biggest Ford truck dealership in the entire state. They have the largest selection of Ford F-150s and Super Duty trucks, and they won't be beat on price by any other Ford dealers. See right up there, Fairway Ford summer sale, going on right now. It's a perfect time to drive down to Canfield, Ohio. Check out over 500 vehicles on their lot right now. You won't be let down, and you'll save thousands of dollars while you do it. Fairway Ford, the largest inventory of new Ford trucks, the lowest pricing, and same hometown level of service. Scan that QR code now or go give their website a visit, fairwayfordohio.com. Again, that's fairwayfordohio.com. All right, what are we doing, Nick?
Casey tweets the show saying conspiracy theory. We don't even know if this guy is coming out, and we don't know if he's even good. Ryan is legit me right now with a bunch of crying.
Casey, it's July 24th. Have a little fun, kid.
It's
Wake
nauseating.
Up, open your eyes. We're going to win 4 games this year, man. We need something to talk about and smile about. Have a little fun. Look at the rainbow outside.
Casey,
it's not the worst thing ever, man.
Throw the horns up.
It's
throw the horns up.
nauseating.
Let's be honest with ourselves. Throw the horns up. Dylan Gabriel's not going to do it.
It's nauseating rhetoric.
Look
Like
'em.
the Browns roster, and we talk about it, they've ranked 31. Just straight up not true. It's straight up not true. They do not have the 31st worst roster. There's no way in hell that they do. And
How high do you think they are?
the Browns, I mean, I don't know what give you an exact number, but like the fact that was the biggest one. The
was our
Jaguars 10
schedule
spots
ranked?
above them is just absolutely
Was it the
lunacy.
hardest, or was it top 3?
To me, it's the hardest. You look at these first.
With a
Look at the
bottom
first 6
5
games. Where's the
roster,
first
bro.
win?
Yeah,
If it ain't week 1 against the Bengals, who
That's
you've
the
had
one.
success
I
with,
have us winning that game. No. Now I'll say that now. I have us winning that one. But then the next one, I don't know.
And at a certain point, like if you win like 3 or 4 games back-to-back years, like you just have a shitty roster, you know? Like if you win 8 games out of 34.
If the Browns don't have the league's worst offense, and I don't know how they possibly have the league's worst offense if you're just going back to Kevin Stefanski's, you're scheming people open, you're running the shit out of the ball. Now, Quinshon Judkins likely going to get suspended, absolutely kills that. That hurts my soul. He was going to be such a big part.
Got a ground and pound
At the
game,
very
no
worst,
power.
and if your defense comes back and it returns, if your defense
Ground
can
and
be a
pound
top
with no
15
ground.
unit, which they have the players to do so, I just don't see how you don't win 4 or 5 games based on the talent and how you're going to be playing football.
I'm glad Joel Batonio came back for Jerome
Yeah, for
Ford to
this
run
shit.
right into his back.
They don't do that, man.
He might retire mid-season if they're like 0-6. I'd be like, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Jerome, you're not supposed to run in my back. Run through the hole.
What if he takes the blinders off this year? That'd be
Jerome Ford breakout season, baby. It's time, man. We're here.
that dude. That one
Martin
35-yard
Emerson,
running
Greg
game
Newsome,
though hits
guys.
like crack between all
Facts, though,
the
that
negative
that
3-yard
180-yard
runs.
tutty is gonna
Yeah.
go
And the
at
one
least
time slip screen goes for like 15 yards.
to
You're like,
run
oh,
for
Madden,
80
play
and
Madden
still
later.
finish the game with 67 yards is gonna go so crazy.
Dude, he finishes with 67 yards and he has one 45-yard run every season.
All right,
So
you guys
bad.
gotta
3.9
chill. You
yards
guys
per
gotta chill.
Yeah.
You guys gotta chill the hell out.
Dude.
Browns released new helmets courtesy of Dude Wipes. It looks like looks
There's
like
a joke across the board.
I'm not.
I actually love
I'm
the helmet in the jersey.
The helmet's cool,
I'm
yeah.
not a fan. The jerseys is fine. That's one thing. I'm not a fan of the helmets. I don't like dark helmets.
Don't like it.
No.
Okay, here's my problem. Someone made a great point about this yesterday. I think it was Quincy Carrier. Shout out to you. We're only gonna wear these jerseys at 1 o'clock, and I think that's awful. I feel like this would only work at night. So that's where I'm. I don't know if we even have primetime games this year.
No, we
Negative.
don't.
Oh, we went 3 and 14
So,
last
yeah,
year.
we probably could have kept these in the vault for next year's guys. The dark unis look great at night, like Ohio State all black. That's a night jersey. You know what I mean? So that's the only miss for me here. But I think if we were ever getting back to a point where we got big Thursday night games, I think this will look great.
They're also only wearing these 3 times, which kind of leads me to believe maybe they don't love them all that much. And one of those is the game against Tennessee in late December. So hopefully that maybe is a Shador Sanders game for you there, Ryan.
flexed. That gets flexed. It's gonna be a night game. We're gonna get the Shador versus Cam, and that's gonna be it, bro. That's how we're gonna sell some tickets.
And that's how you're gonna see Shador Sanders is your franchise quarterback in your answer when he beats Cam Ward.
Throws for 400, 4 touchdowns.
I mean, at that point, Arch will have the Heisman locked up, though. And we'll
That's
already
what
be-
I'm saying. I'm all, like when Arch beats Ohio State week 1, guys.
You guys
Bobby
are
plants the
absolutely
flag.
Bobby, I
fucking
did not say that.
ridiculous.
My fault. I didn't say that.
Absolutely ridiculous. All right, Jack, your thoughts on the helmet?
I don't know, dude. I like the helmet themselves. Like, the helmet itself is cool. I think it looks good with the jerseys, but I think the reveal was just so stupid across the board. That's kind of where my head's at. I was just upset, like, when you're an organization that is known for messing things up repeatedly or being a laughing stock or like having things like the Go Dog Pound sign that was like misconstrued and the letters were weird, like you don't need to make yourself more of an ass on purpose when you do it all the time without trying. Like the helmet reveal was cool. You had the McAfee thing. Like it was going to go just as viral as the Steelers New Jerseys or the Buccaneers New Jerseys. Any way you shaped it, like you didn't have to pay someone to fall in the water. I thought that was really, really stupid.
No, it's a shit helmet for a shit team. I'm sick of this shit.
I like it. I like it.
You don't like the helmet? I think it's cool.
I don't like it
you
one
just
bit.
told me we weren't a shit team last segment. We're trash now. What happened?
Yeah, I'm saying our results have been shit. We've been a shit
But
team.
we're turning it around this year with the New Jersey.
Yeah, that's a far cry. All right, well, yeah, and I don't know what the hell this was. I mean, if we're faking falls,
Like, what's the point of that?
if we're being a gimmick,
What jersey is he
there's
rocking?
just so much shit
That's
that's
custom.
wrong.
That's
Oh, I
custom.
was, is that
So this
Elijah
is
Moore?
this is the guy with his grandma. Like they're like this is an Instagram guy. He's got hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram.
This is how you
and
know it's
TikTok.
staged, because look at Chomp's dumbass. Look at his reaction.
Yeah.
Sean, my boy.
He flies backwards.
Like you go, oh, no, you'd be shocked and you'd take a minute to process it.
Also, too, the fall could have been a little bit like he kicked his legs out. Had he not kicked his legs out, maybe it would be a little bit more
I think he
believable.
needs to take some acting classes.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
if you tip off an edge like that, you're going straight down. You're going straight into the water.
Little panic though when you realize you missed. There's nothing there.
Where are the mascots? I mean, the mascots aren't going to jump it. I mean,
Well, Brownie was with Pat McAfee, and then we got what did he get saved, man? We got lifeguards.
yeah, what happened there? Like, who
I
went in
think
to
they
get him
picked-
there? The
they picked him up
mascots
on-
didn't
They
jump
picked
in.
him up on a jet ski. I saw.
Okay.
Which, if you got a jet ski, like, come, it was.
It was a nice day out. Maybe someone was a jet ski. Good Samaritan.
I wish we could call Zay because I believe he was on the
Yeah.
raft.
Chef's Day was okay.
It was guys. It was fake.
so sick of this shit, dude, with the Cleveland Browns.
More likely to be fake moon landing or helmet.
That was about as real.
You
as
have
the moon.
this.
What's
Earlier,
who
you
were the
had
celebrities that went to space. This or
Katy
that?
Perry?
Yeah,
Katy Perry,
Katy
yeah.
Perry. in
Katy
space
Perry or
this?
Katy
Chomps.
Perry, Katy Perry, who went up to space with like a pot of flowers and came down and they were still intact. Like
Target.
That's not how gravity works.
the Browns also had. You go back a couple months ago. The stupidest, sloppiest piece of AI garbage for the schedule release I've ever seen.
That was rough. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
so
layered
bad.
with this.
We're actually
Ooh.
having an all-star offseason.
This is just
So
the Browns
bad.
offseason.
We're
Yeah.
not. We're all hits, no misses. I love it.
And
I
it's
love
such a
it.
shame that they have such a grip on us because they play football and everybody falls in love with football, and they don't deserve any of the love they
People
get.
couldn't wait for this helmet. Like
Until-
yesterday, social media was just like, "When's it coming? When's the helmet reveal coming? When is it?" And then it comes out, and it's like, I actually like the helmet, but like, I don't know. I think a lot of people are to the point. Like, how excited can you get for a helmet that you're gonna wear 3 times? Like, if the product is good on the field, then everybody's gonna love the helmet. Like, Ryan will change your tune if they go 3-0 in this helmet and things look really good. But I think like they're almost running out of gimmicks because a couple years ago it was the dude wipes all white. It was the throwbacks with
Yeah.
the white helmets,
Those are so
and
tough.
those were really clean. But then they wore them on the field, including in prime time, and the results were horrible. They were putrid. So I think like until they start winning games in these new uniforms or helmets or whatever it is that they want to roll out, it's going to be hard for people in big numbers to approve of them. And we're going to consider. How about
It's not like the Bills were like, they get the new red helmets. Everyone's
deserves
nuts right away.
royalties, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, Dude Wipes should cut Sir Yacht a
The
check.
all
They,
brown?
they stole his whole flow with the fake fall.
Are we gonna like the all brown in the dome though? Are we
In the
gonna like it
arch?
In the dome.
I'm focused on this year. I can't look ahead to a fucking dome.
2029.
If we have a big win in the jerseys, it'll be good. I look back on the color rushes fondly. 'cause
That'll
of
be like
Baker.
the win of the year.
When,
Yeah.
when we beat the Jets
it's
to
just-
clinch the playoffs, we were wearing the whites. So if we get a win this year and is the one game and we have something to look back on, I like it.
I can just
You remember when
see
we beat the Dolphins in the New Jerseys?
all our secondary dancing when a quarterback throws a pass 20 yards over their head in those uniforms, hitting the guitar and shit.
So see, like somebody just tweeted at me and said, you can't polish blank."
Hey, man.
Oh.
It's true.
Guys,
Ooh.
let's be positive. Arch is on the way. The solutions are coming.
It's coming. Wait a year.
All right, let's.
Good things come to those who wait.
Yes, have some patience, guys.
Patience is a virtue.
And have some fun. Smile a little bit. Y'all so mad on this Thursday afternoon.
Little bit of breaking news before we had to break here, Ryan. Jets coach Aaron Glenn just told reporters that Justin Fields suffered a toe injury today, and it's too early to determine its severity.
Cut it
Kenny
off.
Pickett, you are a New York Jet.
All right, let's take a break. When we get back, flip it over to baseball. Some interesting Twitter developments happened. Chase Delauter out, 6 to 8 weeks. He has to get surgery on his hand. But the Guardians stay hot, get it back above 500. We'll talk about that when we get back on the Big Factor. Hey, everybody, welcome back into the Big Factor on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan, Tyler, Jack O'Rourke, Nick Padone, Rob Watson, and our great friends at Garage Beer. I need a six-pack right now to get through it with these lunatics. Garage Beer comes with just 2 flavors, Classic Light Lager as well as Classic Lime. No frills, no bitterness, no IPAs. It's just beer the way you want it to taste, and that's beer-flavored beer. Scan that QR code now or go give their website a visit, drinkgaragebeer.com, to find local retailers who sell garage beer near you. Again, that's drinkgaragebeer.com. What do you got there, Nick?
Little lime garage beer.
A little lime garage beer.
Little thirsty Thursday in the summer. Lime garage
You
beer.
need to shotgun that, Ryan?
I wonder how many alcoholics the Browns have forced.
I'll go. Okay, guys, like, I love the team, but they're not going to make me binge drink, man. That's just not it, bro.
Good
Be
for you.
responsible with your drinking.
Yeah.
All right, Chase Delauter out 6 to 8 weeks. Surgery on his hand. Jack, the kid cannot stay healthy.
Yeah, I mean, anytime the hamate comes up, it's really scary with baseball. It's like, I believe it's the smallest bone in your hand in the first place, but like it can affect the way you swing a lot. Nick and I were talking about this yesterday when it went down live pretty much. Like, if you look at the 2 best Cleveland baseball hitters in the last 30 or so years, a lot of people are probably pulling you for Jose Ramirez and Jim Thome in some way, shape, or order.
Great size.
Those are 2 guys that the only times that they really had extended struggles throughout their major league careers are when they had hamate injuries. So, I mean, it's a tough one in the first place. I personally think that probably is going to close the book on Chase Delauter making it to the majors this year. So, I don't know. I think you're going to get CJ Kayfus up here in a couple of weeks, probably. That's what to look forward to for Guards fans. But, yeah, it really sucks, dude, because Delauter's a really good baseball player. Obviously, they got him where they did in the draft because of his injury issues. But, yeah, like, I mean, I saw this a couple of times on Twitter, this comparison, but it's kind of becoming a lot like Daniel Espino in a way where it's like, you know that when the guy's out there, it's just beyond undeniable talent. Like, Daniel Espino, when he's healthy, throws ridiculously hard. He has an amazing slider. Delauter, I mean, he has like a 25 home run bat when he's healthy. He can steal bases, but just might never see him. It's part of baseball.
The Guardians can't stop winning right now. 51-50, back above 500. 8 games back in the AL Central behind the Detroit Tigers. And in the wild card picture, just 2.5 games back behind Boston for that final wild card spot. You know, every day we come in here for the last couple weeks, more and more probability the Cleveland Guardians can get back in the playoffs.
And it's Logan Allen Day. So that means it's going to go up even more today. That's the best part about it, Ryan. I mean, the Guards got a day game today in the afternoon, but, dude, the rotations looked awesome. Angie Martinez has been incredible recently. Jose's on one of those stretches again where it's like he's one of just the best players of all time. And every single time he walks up to the plate, like, you don't get chills, but you're like, yeah, like, it's probably the best baseball player I'll ever watch for my team. So this is really cool that we still get to watch him in his prime all these years later. But, yeah, I think getting Gabby Arias will help a lot here in probably about a week or 2. With that, you can kind of have Morris Schneemann be able to move him around a bit. And then, yeah, as you move towards the deadline here, you got to finish off July strong against these easy teams, Ryan. And, yeah, I mean, if you're in a spot where, hey, at the deadline, we're within 5 games of the wild card race, I wouldn't sell too hard. I wouldn't pull a Tigers and trade Jack Flaherty like they did last year. That might have ended up hurting them in the long run. Yeah, I think we're in a good spot.
Nick, how are you feeling about our Cleveland Guardians?
I think kind of like everybody, right? it's impossible to not be excited because they're winning baseball games and they're finally off the schneid of whatever happened during that 10-game streak. Like the recent success has made me forget about that losing stretch. However, in the back of my mind, I do wonder if it's fool's gold is kind of where I'm at with this baseball team, because I like against good teams, we continuously see what happens to them. But right now you can't deny that they're in a good stretch. I'm looking forward to seeing really what happens this week. We're a week away from the MLB trading deadline. And I think the guards, like this current iteration of the team that they've got up in the bigs right now, are going to make it really hard on Mike Chernoff and Chris Antonetti to sell a lot of pieces at the deadline. Like, I think they're going to make it tremendously difficult if they continue to win games over the next 6 days. Like, hey, maybe this is a lineup that we can't really mess with, or maybe this is a starting rotation in a bullpen that needs bolstered and not, detracted from. So I'm in kind of like this wait and see mode with the Guardians right now, because it's been such a roller coaster to date. And I don't want to get too high. Just like during the 10-game losing streak, I feel like I didn't get too low. Like, I think we all, even like as frustrated as we all were during that 10-game losing streak, every conversation ended with the caveat like, yeah, but the American League the American League is not that good, and the wild card really still is somehow within reach. Like, every conversation that we had about the guards during that dreadful time did have that yeah, but caveat attached to it. So I think we ought to just see.
Real quick, guys, how about the prof too? I think he's been incredible since he got back. Made another great play in the field last night. Rob, I'm trying to get you to take a couple more credit hours at Rocchio State University. Are you there yet?
The game we went to, I was down, but as the game went on, I was like, you know what? I like this guy. He's solid when he makes his plays on defense. I'm like, I like it. You can get the bat working, I'm almost there. I kind of want to see you.
So did you say part-time student?
Part-time, but
okay.
You said he used to wear glasses or something, bro?
Yeah, so there was a time earlier this year when he was not hitting super great at the plate, and we had a day game, and he just rocking just straight John Lennon lenses. Just little rose gold. Looked incredible. Think he went 0 for 3 with the walk that day. Maybe made an error. I love it.
He stopped worried about aura farming, and then he started worrying about picking up the bat and producing some runs and getting some offense together. And now we've seen the results.
That's
Keep
why
the John Lennon glasses in the locker.
I can respect it. But I love
Rocchio.
I'm still a big I'm still on the other guys. I'm still on Angel and your big guy Nolan Jones.
Yeah, that's gonna be tough, dude. He's got to pick it up a little bit. I think Santana's who they're gonna move on from at the deadline. Pretty much any way you shape it. I think Lane, it might even just be a question mark at this point. But yeah, I think if you're Nolan, you're probably getting until around I think he'll probably get the rest of the year in right. Either way it goes, and I think Cave will still work in more with first base and DH.
Jack, if they trade Santana at the deadline, obviously it's not going to be for much. You're looking at it like a couple, bats and a bag full of baseballs.
I think you get nothing for him, to be quite honest.
Maybe some sunflower chips. But do you think that paves the way? Obviously, with Delauter's injury, Kafis still exists. Do you think that paves a way for him to get up?
Yeah, I think the way that they'll do it, and also you got to factor in for the fact that once you hit that September 1st deadline, you get an extra pitcher and an extra hitter as well. So you're going to get an extra spot in addition to that. But I think it probably starts with Santana getting moved on from. And then I think between first base, DH, and some reps in right field, you can get CJ Kafis at bats at a minimum 5 days a week if you want to, probably against left-handed hitting as well. I mean, Juan Burrito's supposed to be out for a couple of weeks, but I would probably think, assuming his timeline doesn't push him past September 1, you'd get him as the 14th guy. When that happens, then he can kind of rotate in whenever. And then I would guess that your only other tweak would be somewhere along the line, Gabby Arias comes up for J-Rod, unless Jonk is just absolutely crushing the ball in Columbus beyond all reasonable doubt that he needs an extended every day in the lineup second look, which I don't anticipate. But yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of Kafis in about a month.
If my math is correct, and I know this is a lot to ask out of the Cleveland Guardians, but if they run the table until the trade deadline by July 30th, they could be 58-50. And if that's the case, how do you not become a buyer?
In years past, 58-50, you're 8 games ahead of the next team in the American League Central in first place. You're thinking about hosting a game at Progressive Field. That's kind of the peculiar part of this season, is the fact that Detroit's been that good. I can't really envision a world where the Guardians buy, just because I don't think it's in their DNA to do anything like, at least that would be like buying of note. Like even the Lane Thomas thing last year is probably like a bigger thing than what would happen this year.
I don't think they'd go anything bigger than what they did with Lane's. I think that'd be the exact equivalent move if they did anything close to that stretch, dude. I mean, I don't know. It's like Nick said earlier, though, you can't just like hang a couple games under 500 and then get hot against a bunch of shitty teams and then go, oh, never mind, like whoever's in the farm system, see you later. Like they're not going to do that. But I think it'll be a lot like 2022 or 2023 maybe, where you just do like one minor thing, like maybe they try and make an improvement for the lineup against lefties or something, or maybe they think there's a attainable, like if they think they can get Taylor Ward, for example, to play right field for the right price, they do something like that.
All right, let's take our final break of the show. When we get back, we're flipping over to football, but going to the media landscape. ESPN is nearing a deal with NFL to acquire a significant portion of NFL media that could include NFL Network, Red Zone, etc. Talk about that when we get back on The Big Factor. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to The Big Factor on the Big Play Sports Network. Ryan, Tyler, Jack, Work, Nick Pannone, Rob Watson. Before we dive into this thing, Nick, we are going to be at the 2025 Geauga County Fair.
That's right. We're talking about potentially getting Arch Manning on the Browns in 2026. You don't got to wait till 2026 for the great Geauga County Fair, Thursday, August 28th through Monday, September 1st. That's Labor Day weekend. If you're looking for plans, you're running out of time, just stay local this Labor Day weekend and come hang out with us, the Big Factor crew, the Big Play Sports Network at the 202nd Geauga County Fair. You can get your tickets now, geaugafair.com. Tickets start at just $10. A ton of great events, a ton of great food. Children 6 and under get in for free, so you can bring out the whole fam. It's going to be an entire long weekend full of fun this Labor Day. geaugafair.com.
How many animals?
Thousands.
Might even see a longhorn there.
This is gonna get
Arch.
tired real. This is gonna get old real fast. This is episode
Arch,
one
Arch,
talking
Arch.
about this. All right. Well, ESPN is working to acquire a deal with the NFL this season. It's ongoing, but I don't know if it's close yet. But their ongoing negotiations would have ESPN acquire a significant portion of NFL's media. That includes such programming such as NFL Network, Red Zone channel, and 7 regular season NFL games that currently air. Not there yet, but the league has informed its owners that they may need to vote on a deal as early as next month. At this point, unclear how much money or equity would be exchanged, but they are reporting it could be approximately $2 billion. But even if the deal is signed and agreed upon by NFL owners, it would take a while to go in effect, guys. I do not want to see ESPN acquire NFL Red Zone. I really
This is kind of like the kill shot I was going to say.
That's so sad. The no commercials, Scott Hansen, it's so perfect the way it is, and they're going to absolutely come in and just.
I don't think they'd add commercials,
Ruin.
Ryan, would they?
I think so.
That would defeat the purpose of Red Zone.
they could have,
That's
like,
the whole point. That's
flashing
why people are
ads
mad.
on there.
I've seen stuff about NFL Red Zone getting commercials.
Would it be nice to see that? All like, would they maybe they make an ESPN Red Zone channel? I don't think this has to be the worst thing possible. Maybe just a little rebranding, and then it's just all under that same, it's a Disney roof at that point. But
I don't want it under Disney's roof. That's the thing.
I think, Ryan, like your sentiment is the sentiment that I read pretty much exclusively. Like I couldn't find a single person that was saying that this could potentially even be a good idea. And I think it's part of a wider conversation, right, about not just media but really news, and all of these companies, like Cleveland.com, Cleveland Plain Dealer, that's owned by Gannett, who also owns, I believe, the Columbus Dispatch and then the Cincinnati Enquirer. Like, all of these companies are owned by a big, massive media conglomerate, and that's scary because that's how we're getting our information. That's how we're getting our news. So if every source of news becomes owned by the same 2 or 3 massive mega corporations, what do you think you're going to be being fed? And I think the same could kind of be said for sports. Maybe it's a little bit different. We've seen ESPN get in the gambling sphere, and how much of that, ESPN bet programming have we seen bleed into just their regular sports conversation? A ton. They're peddling that all the time. So I do think it's a part of a wider conversation that it's scary. Drop ESPN and Disney, leave them aside. But I think what's scary is that you have these massive multi-million, if not billion-dollar corporations that can just buy up these news entities on the relative cheap. Like I think I saw they were floating NFL Network they were going to acquire for $2 billion. Well, ESPN, the last time it was sold for $19 billion. So you're adding a $2 billion tentacle to something that's already worth $19 billion, and that was back in the late 90s. So it's in the 50s of billions of dollars, and like at that point, you're not even talking. You're talking about monopoly money, and that's where things could get kind of weird because it's gonna be owned and controlled by the most wealthy people in the world, and that's how we're getting our news.
Yeah. Would you love it? No, but money talks, man. I don't know how much we're gonna do because everyone's got a price. So at some point, if they come with that right dollar amount, we're gonna see some changes, bro.
If it's like McAfee, though, I'm gonna be so mad. I'd put my head through a wall. Like, I couldn't do 7 hours of Pat McAfee.
Oh, dude, it's exhausting.
Dude.
I think that's what they do.
But why? But
if it was Chris Berman,
the
I'd be back
uproar would be so. It's still easy money to be made if you just keep it the same. Now they're gonna change it a little bit, but I feel like they'll keep the bulk of it the same because you still want people to keep watching.
But it's perfect the way it is.
I was reading an article on The Athletic about it, and it was like, get ready for bet ESPN NFL Red Zone, but with Stephen A. Smith every single week. And
Also,
I was
too,
like, this is gonna suck.
If you're
Does it
taking
stop
betting
there?
advice from ESPN shows, I gotta say something about you.
Does it stop there? Like, could NBA TV be next? Could the MLB network be next? Like that's the thing that you've got
Cleveland
to
sports
consider.
will get no coverage.
We're losing the recipes though because TNT's dead now too.
Right.
So we're just
Yeah.
Everything's getting and that's this. So like now we're seeing this happen in sports, but like I don't know. I'm very fascinated by this topic for some reason. It's one of my like trains. But it's like, dude,
Your
like,
Roman Empire.
The same is true in like the traditional media world, where like all of these newspapers, and that was the way that people got their news for a really long time, got bought up by these big massive corporations and fired pretty much any of the traditional reporters, and even like The Athletic, which people really liked, is like now owned by the New York Times, which is owned by a different massive mega corporate. So like it's like this for everything, and now it is starting to bleed into sports. And I wonder, like, if this NFL Network thing goes through, like, could NBA TV, could MLB Network be next?
Are we headed to the dystopian where everything is just one? Like all those things where it just becomes bland and just
We're just doing a full circle back to cable.
Like,
we got rid of cable to do all this
Dude,
shit.
Ryan,
I had that
on ESPN, all politics on this politic network.
I had that like a month ago because I was like going through like seeing what I'm spending money on. I'm like, damn, like do you know how much nicer it'd be if like instead of like $18 for this and that, what if I just paid like $110 for everything? And then I was like, wait, fuck, that's what people did for forever, and then we just got rid of it for no reason.
It's exhausting, and everything's so fucking
YouTube
expensive
TV,
these days.
Netflix, Disney, HBO. What else?
And you know what? You know what else I'll say? You know what else I'll say about that? There's also something to like recording stuff on TV. You know, because like it's one like I love on demand. It's like cool, whatever. But like, but imagine. But here's the thing: like, if you couldn't watch your favorite movie every single time you wanted to, and you had to like wait and see it on like record it, like it would kind of mean something if it's like, oh, like I can actually watch my favorite movie. I don't know. I think we've gone down a bad rabbit hole, Ryan. I agree.
All right, well, we're out of time here on The Big Factor. Huge shout-out to Garage Beard. Shout-out to Fairway Ford, Geauga County Fair 2025. We'll be there. It's coming up sooner than you think.
Thousands of animals.
Go get your tickets
Hook
now.
'em.
We'll be back tomorrow. Same people, same time. Until then, peace out.